Ladies and gentlemen, what's crack-a-lackin'? It's Data Dispatch. I hope everybody's having a great day. Let's talk about C3.AI, and is it posed for a potential breakout here in the near future, or are we going to see more selling and testing these kind of further decline levels of support? Now, good thing to say is C3.AI did have a good trading today, and I think everybody could agree on that. Getting up to a resistance point of about 42, which we've seen in the recent past, testing that resistance point again, and coming back to about $40, but actually closing above $40 at $40.61 at market close with a decent amount of trading volume. Now, this is pretty good, not just for C3.AI and AI stocks in general, but we're seeing some confidence coming into the general stock market, especially on this kind of 7-day streak that we've been observing. Now, of course, before we get too far into this video, I'm not a financial advisor, so please take everything I say with a grain of salt and do your own research before making an investment decision. Now, hit that like button, subscribe. Let's talk about what we have on the screen today. C3.AI gets up to about that 40.61, and especially with some earnings that's going to be coming here in just a little over a month, it's really important to pay special close attention to this stock. We got to think market cap of 4.7 billion now. C3.AI isn't sitting at a good place and not too overvalued, because these price to earning ratios and all of the AI stocks here, which we'll be talking about in a second, are starting to have a high valuation. Are they becoming too overvalued before the earnings does get released? Now, earnings for C3.AI is looking at about August 30th. We're talking about 5 to 6 weeks away now. Still plenty of time, and especially with the prediction is at about negative 0.17 cents earnings per share. Now, the things that could possibly scare investors, we pop this up here in a second, but the thing that's going to be scaring investors possibly is that the valuation goes too high before those earnings do come through, and you don't have the earnings that really matches where the current valuation is. You could have a price adjustment and price targets for C3.AI, or if they do match their earnings or even do better, kind of like they did last quarter, then you could have an acceleration and more of a breakout in the C3.AI stock, possibly going up to those higher kind of recent highs that we've seen in the past. Now, popping back up on the screen here, a big concern I think that is important to address is the red flag and the green flag this article goes into about these artificial intelligence stocks right now as we speak. Now, one of them, especially for AI, is we do have a lot of confidence coming into these tech stocks, especially like top companies like you see in NVIDIA right here, Microsoft really taking this industry by storm. And is this really only the tip of the iceberg, as many more companies are looking to get involved with AI stocks? And that's what's good for C3.AI, because they offer a, kind of a service as a platform. They offer that to clients. So as more companies are getting involved in trying to improve the efficiencies within their actual business, C3.AI is a good opportunity there for a product to be sold that makes sense, that improves the efficiency of a business. The red flag that we talked about are the valuations being too stretched out. We're seeing NVIDIA that's continuing to climb. We're seeing a lot of these other AI stocks that are continuing to climb at a fast rate. Even like with C3.AI, if you zoom out, it's been up over a few 100% within just this last year here. So big question to answer, but good thing, especially with this confidence right here, is the Dow is posting its 7th straight day of gains. So like I've said, we're seeing some stock futures change and confidence kind of turning and flipping the switch here as people are starting to show more buying pressure into the stock market. And just talking about C3.AI, the individual stock itself, what we also have are ETFs that are incorporated and have a kind of whole entourage of AI stocks with them. They're starting to see high amounts of trading volume. And why this is great is because everybody that is getting into these kind of index ETF kind of funds, not just the individual stocks, are trying to get a little piece of the AI industry and this AI boom that is occurring. Now, with this kind of ETF here that we can talk about is FPX. They had over 152,000 shares traded today versus the average volume is about 31 right here. So the fact that they have gone up 5x in the amount of trading, and one of the highest components of C3.AI or of FPX is C3.AI, that was faring the best within the ETF. So leading this kind of by storm, kind of competing with these other AI stocks like Palantir and Versing, and also Rivian right here, working on a lot of AI in the car our industry. So great to see there, and we'll be especially interested to keep an eye on. Let me know down in the comments, what do you think is going to be happening with C3.AI here in the near future? Do you think we're going to continue to see a breakout, or is there going to be more of a sell-off testing lower levels of support? It'll be interesting to see, especially with earnings coming in the near future. Take care, peace out, and subscribe.